Hey guys, welcome back to BHB, and in today's video, this is going to be part 2 of how valuable is Kyrie Irving really? If you haven't seen episode 1 of this miniseries already, I strongly suggest you check it out. In order to do so, there will be a link in the description. So basically in the last video, we discussed Kyrie's life pre-LeBron James and how he established himself as a promising young player who couldn't seem to make other players better, leading to his teams never making the playoffs ever pre-LeBron James, but basically before LeBron James. This would establish him as an elite scorer and a perfect second option for any contending NBA team. However, with LeBron rejoining the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2014 offseason, Kyrie Irving was now the second option, even though there were reports that Kyrie actually signed an extension in Cleveland because they promised him that he would be the face of the franchise, he would be the man. However, in the 2014-2015 and 2015-2016 NBA season, Kyrie Irving would harness the roles of the second option whether he liked it or not. Alright, so let's just get right into it. The first season with LeBron James, basically Kyrie Irving played 75 games, 36 minutes a game, and the 7 games that he missed, the team went 1-6 without Kyrie Irving. This is a huge boost for those trying to make an argument that Kyrie Irving was very valuable to this team. A team with LeBron James, but with no Kyrie Irving, but that also had Kevin Love, went 1-6. The team record overall was 53-29. The team record with Kyrie Irving was 52-23. And overall, over the course of 75 games, he was efficient. I'm not going to go too in depth with those stats, but he was efficient. He put up good numbers, made the All-Star team again, and now the playoffs come, and it's pretty interesting because I'm going to say he had a bad playoff run, but it wasn't really his fault. It was more of injuries, all right? Over the course of 20 playoff games, he only played 13 out of 20 games. That's 65% of games. When it comes to the Eastern Conference Final and National Final games, he only played 30% of his games. And basically what happened is, in the Eastern Conference Finals, he had left knee tendonitis, which basically just sidelined him for half of that series. And then in the NBA Finals, he had a right knee fracture, which basically sidelined him for the rest of game 1 in overtime, and then the rest of the series, which really sucked. Now, this is funny. In the playoffs, the Cavaliers played only 13 games with Kyrie Irving in total, and they won 10 out of their 13 games, which is 77%. Without Kyrie Irving, they won 14 out of their 20 games, which is still 70%. I don't know about you guys, but that's a hugely damaging argument in the playoffs. So basically, without your team still winning, and they only dropped 7% win rate points. Like, I'm not looking at that as a good thing. And overall, in his first playoff debut ever, he had a drop in stats around the board. So yeah, that wasn't the best first season. But remember, he was injured. Like, you might say, how are you just skipping over this? Theoretically, this was a huge season for LeBron James and the Cavaliers. LeBron James, finals loss. The narrative, he had to do it all himself. Cavaliers, first time they made it in the finals in forever, forever. So this was a huge season for the Cavaliers and LeBron James, but Kyrie Irving, not so much, man. And in conclusion, in the regular season, he showed his worth. He was a great second option, and he was an elite score first point guard. He had the score first mentality, pass second, and in the playoffs, he ended up lighting up the Celtics in TD Garden. But against the Bulls, he kind of struggled, alright? The only reason why the Bulls were even in contention, if you guys remember this, against the Cavaliers, I think the Cavaliers ended up winning 4-2, but at one point they were down 1-2, and then were only tied up the series 2-2 because of LeBron James. Kyrie Irving struggled. And, I'm going to be fair, I'm not going to count the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals because of injuries, alright? The injuries were tough on him, and unfortunately he wasn't able to completely play to his full potential in both of those series, so I'm not going to count those two series against him. And overall, he had a very encouraging view, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people looked forward to having Kyrie Irving in next year's NBA playoffs, and I bet that most people were very encouraged to see him and see how he would do, because overall, in the first 2 rounds, his playoff debut, even though he struggled against the Bulls, like I said, was rather encouraging, very promising, and very good. Now in the second season with LeBron James, Kyrie Irving would end up missing 29 games, and he ended up missing the All-Star spot as well, which is shocking. Kyrie Irving, he made it his second year in the league, and then this season Remember, he had, of course, the big knee surgery, which made him miss 29 games, and he ended up missing the All-Star game. He didn't even get a spot. And then knee surgery really messed with him. You know, he had drop in efficiencies, drop in numbers. Pretty sure he only dropped around 20 points per game this season. Of course, they were managing his minutes very carefully. They wanted him to be in full health coming into the 2016 NBA playoffs. But if you remember, you know, Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, they got destroyed both times playing against the Warriors. Warriors went 73-9. Kyrie Irving ended up playing really poorly. Stephen Curry, unanimous MVP, and, you know, LeBron James continuing to basically take up the spotlight in Cleveland. And I guess at this point it was reported that Kyrie Irving was already kind of peeved, wasn't very happy. He wanted the ball more, and fortunately for him, playoffs come. All right, the knee injury has been healed completely. The Cleveland trainers did this very well. They allowed Kyrie's knee to heal. You know, they managed his minutes, and then they gave him more, and now he's gonna have an increase in minutes, and this led to an increase in numbers and efficiency. I mean, like I said, post All-Star break, you know, once you had that little break, Kyrie Irving had a new start, new mentality, and he was basically able to restart the season and in the post All-Star game. And now when the playoffs hit, you can really see he's on a roll now. You know, he's really comfortable, and he's got all these numbers, minutes, and the efficiency is like off the charts. He played his role very, very well. Second option. In the first round, second round, and third round, he destroyed these teams. And hitting the NBA Finals, the Warriors, I'm going to give it to them. They were extremely injured, all right? Like, let's be honest. Stephen Curry, knee injury. I don't care what anyone says his knee was injured. Andre Iguodala, back spasms, I'm pretty sure. Andrew Bogut, like, messed up his leg, dude. Oh, my Lord. And then, you know, like the fact that Andre Iguodala and Andrew Bogut were injured, the only two people that could, like, I guess not even stop, but like falter LeBron James around the rim, those two guys are like injured and gone. Iguodala wasn't injured, but the fact that he had to guard like LeBron James, that big dude, with a injured back is just unfair. And as you can see, once Draymond Green got suspended, which I feel was just a high basketball IQ by LeBron James, getting on Draymond Green's skin to get him suspended, I feel like that was a great idea, and I feel like that was on purpose, leading to one of the greatest 3-game stretches ever by an NBA player in the NBA Finals, alright? Kyrie Irving, I'm pretty sure he drops like, I don't know, 30. In Game 6, he drops 41, and then in Game 7, he drops like, I think something in the 20s, high 20s, low 30s, but regardless, you already know what happened.
To go. We're tied at 89. Here we go. Irving between the circles, down to our left. Irving's picked up by Steph Curry, 6 to shoot. He's at the right point. He stutter steps. He launches a 3.
One of the greatest 3-point shots known to mankind, second only behind Ray Allen's 3-point shot. The dude dribbled left, right, step back over Curry, drained it, and then that was it. I mean, that was the game. You know, of course, LeBron James tried to end Draymond Green's career. Only got 1 or 2 free throws to go, but that was enough. Warriors never scored again. And ladies and gentlemen, that was just something else. That was amazing, man. Amazing experience. I watched that game live, and it just showed Kyrie, especially in Game 7. Kyrie Irving was looking like a magician, you know, drawing and one fouls, attacking the paint, scoring. You know, his wizardry around the rim was really displayed for everyone to see. Everyone was watching the NBA Finals, man, so they know who this guy is. And now that he's in the NBA Finals, they're like, this guy is something special. And honestly, just in conclusion, you know, like I said, the Cleveland Cavaliers, coming up to the point until they faced the Warriors, dominated the playoffs. And that was largely due to Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. Like I said, LeBron played Batman and Kyrie Irving was Robin. Irving might not have been happy with the role, but he sure as hell was good at it. Okay? He was good at it. Trust me. But in conclusion, like I said, conclusion of the first season, promising second option. Now, conclusion of this season, you know, regular season, Rusty, you know, first major injury. Of course he's going to be rusty. And then the post All-Star game hits, and has improvements in efficiencies across the board, and especially plus minus. Now, playoffs hit, and at this point, I think he's the second greatest second option ever. You know, only behind Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan. He had great chemistry with LeBron James. I know, like I said, maybe there was turmoil in the locker room, but from what we saw, there was some great chemistry with LeBron James on the court. Without injuries in the playoffs, Kyrie Irving would just flourish against the East, first, second, and semifinals. And then with the help of bans, you know, Draymond Green suspension, and injuries, Stephen Curry, Andrew Bogut, Andre Iguodala, he was able to torch the Warriors. But most importantly, as a second option. He was a second option for all these games. You know, first season they would have won if Irving didn't get injured. Second season, would they have won if Stephen Curry, Andrew Bogut, and Andre Iguodala didn't get injured? Probably not. They probably would have gotten beaten in 5. But still, actually that was like a really bad point. All I have to say is, you know, Kyrie Irving and LeBron James were one of the greatest duos of all time. Alright? Kyrie Irving, his value was shown playing alongside LeBron James, because when you do something that you're the best at, it doesn't matter how much you get the ball. You're gonna be useful. And Kyrie Irving, the thing that he was best at was being the second option. He was a finisher. And LeBron James being the first option, but not a finisher, this was the best situation ever for Kyrie. But unfortunately, as we're gonna see in the next video, he didn't like it. He didn't want it. And unfortunately, he decided to move on, but not until he played one more season with LeBron James, as they decided to go up against Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson, and Andre Iguodala, known as the Hamptons 5, up in Golden State, and they had to try and beat them. And hey, if you know NBA history, you know what happened. But if you don't know, look it up yourself, or just wait until the next video. So yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Check out the first video if you guys haven't. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. This is BHB. Thank you guys all for watching, and goodbye.
Yeah, I started with an A for right, and then I went and changed my life. I might take out the red tonight. Put your arms around me, baby.